Hey everyone, welcome. Today, we're going to talk about a really simple but honestly super powerful idea that could completely change the way you learn things. It's a technique that might just unlock a whole new level of understanding you didn't even know you had.
So let's just start with the big question, right? What is the most effective way to learn something? I mean, we all go to class, we read the books, we watch the videos, but what is it that actually makes that knowledge stick? All right, to get to the answer, let's start with a little story. Picture a classroom. The teacher gives an absolutely amazing lesson. Now, in that class, we're going to focus on two students, and both of them are paying super close attention.
Okay, so what happens after class is where it all changes. Student number one, they go home and do exactly what you'd expect. They hit the books, they review the material, you know the drill. But student number two, they do something totally different. They go home and teach that same lesson, maybe to their little brother or a friend, or honestly, even just talking to themselves in the mirror. And right there, that fundamental difference in their approach, studying versus teaching, that's the whole secret. And believe it or not, these two methods actually have names in learning science. So what the first student was doing, that's called passive recall. They're just reviewing information that's already laid out for them. You know, reading it over, maybe highlighting a few things. It's passive. You're just kind of letting the information wash over you one more time. But the second student's method, that's what we call active recall. See, instead of just reviewing, they have to actively pull that information out of their own brain and then explain it. You can't teach something unless you really truly get it, right? You have to organize your thoughts and say it out loud. It's an active process. You're creating, not just consuming.
So, you might be thinking, okay, cool, two different study methods. But why does this matter so much? Well, here's where it gets really interesting. The source material we're looking at makes a pretty bold claim that over the long term, these two styles don't just affect your grades, they can actually define your entire career path. So, here's the big idea. The student who sticks with passive recall, they can do great. They can get good grades, get into a good college, and land a really stable, successful job. But the student who masters active recall, they're the ones who build that deep, flexible understanding you need to become an entrepreneur. I mean, think about it. Teaching forces you to make complex ideas simple, to communicate a vision, to answer tough questions on the fly. That's literally the skill set you need to build something new from scratch. And that really brings us to the heart of it all. The real secret to deep, meaningful learning isn't just about cramming information into your head. It's all about what you do with it once it's in there. It's like the quote says, a person learns the most, not when they're listening, not when they're reading, but when they are teaching. That act of explaining it to someone else forces your brain to connect all the dots, to find the little gaps in your own understanding, and to build a mental model that is so much stronger than just reading ever could. And that just leaves us with one final question to think about for yourself. When you're trying to learn something new, what's your go-to move? Are you a passive reviewer, or are you an active teacher? So I'll ask you, do you study or do you teach?